All right. Okay. Let me get some questions you have sent me yesterday with regard to these topics, so that we can use them as the basis for today's lesson. All right. Yesterday you sent me questions on homework and some questions from textbook, of which the question from homework, the first one was about calculating 25% of 600. So let's start with this question. I've answered these questions yesterday, but I would want to emphasize today so that you can see how we're supposed to go about this. All right, we're supposed to calculate 25% of 600. So the question is, how are we going to calculate that 25% of 600? So this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to convert the 25% so that it can be in a form of decimal, having a denominator of 100. So 25% is the same as 25 divided by 100. And then this of, you then convert it to multiplication. Of is the same as multiplication. So you're going to have 25 divided by 100 multiplied by 600. And then that's how you will then get to the answer of 25% of 600. Can you quickly do this in your calculator and tell me what you obtained when you substitute this into the calculator? 25 divided by 100 multiplied by 600. It gives you the answer of what?
$150.
It's gonna give you an answer of 150. So this is 25. This is 25% of 600. So in other words, is that if you add it 4 times, you're going to get back to this answer, because this is a quarter of 600. So if you add it 4 times, it's going to give you back to the 600. So 150 is a 25% of 600, which is a quarter of 600. So now let's quickly go to the second question you gave me yesterday, which in this case is 3/8 of 1000. So the difference between the first question and the second question is that on the second question, we are not given this value in terms of percentage. It's in fractional form. But what we're supposed to do, or the procedure, is exactly the same, of which you only need to convert this of to be in multiplication form. So whenever you see of, you must know that of simply means a multiplication. So if you see of, so it means you need to put the what? The multiplication. So we're going to have 3/8 multiplied by 1000. So 3/8 multiplied by 1000, it will give you the answer of what? What do you get when you put this into the calculator?
325.
You get 325 rands. And this is the answer that we are looking for these 2 questions that we have there. And I believe these are part of the homework you are given from school. But there's a second interesting question which is there on your homework. So this question is about a shop which gives a 15% discount of shirt which costs 700. So discount that is given here is 15% for a shirt which cost 700 rand. And the question wants us to calculate how much will you pay for the t-shirt after the discount. how much are you going to pay for this t-shirt after we are having a discount of 15%? So the procedure is the same with the previous question. It's just that here we are now having a question in a form of a real life situation wherein we need to apply the ratio. So here we're going to multiply 15% of what? We're going to find 15% of 700. So we want to find that value of 15% and then remove it from 700. So it's going to be 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 700. As I've said, in this case, we need to replace it by multiplication of 700. So if you put this into your calculator, what are you going to get as the answer for that question?
I don't have a calculator.
All right. Let me do it for you this side. So we're going to have 15 divided by 100 multiplied by 700, of which in this case we are getting 105. So now we must be careful here. 105 is not the amount of the t-shirt after the discount, but this 105 is what?
It is the amount of the discount.
Yes, it's the amount which is discounted. So after the discount of 105 rand, what is going to be the amount of the t-shirt? That is what we're supposed to answer. So in this case, it means you're going to say 700 minus the amount of the what?
The shirt. The discount.
Yes, it's minus the amount of the discount. You see that?
Yes.
Very true. That's how you're supposed to go about it, of which if you put into your calculator, you're going to have 700 minus 105. And that will give
it will be 595.
595. Did you see how we attend to these questions?
Yes.
Yes, this is how you're supposed to attend to these questions of percentage. And they are very, very important questions. And they are even applied in a real life situation. So whenever we are talking about a discount of 15%, it's something which usually happens in the shops. And there must be a mathematician who do these calculations so that we know the price after the discount. All right, now let's quickly go to the other questions you sent to me yesterday, of which the questions are about the ratio. Let me go to the question quickly. Okay, these are the questions. I believe you have the questions with you there. It's question number 9, right?
9, 11, and 14.
Let me write them here. 9, 11, and 14. Question number 9. It says a watch which was bought for. This is the amount of the watch. Watch amount in this case is given as 250 rand. And then sold amount. So this person bought a watch by 250 and then he sold that watch by 375. So the question requires us to calculate what was the profit made on the sale. What is the profit made on the sale? How do you think we can get the profit of the sale from this? How can we calculate the profit of the sale if the watch is having an amount of 250 and this watch is sold by 375? How do you think we can get the profit? How can we calculate the profit from this?
Subtracting 375 and 250.
Very true. So we're going to subtract the amount which this person sold the watch with the amount he bought the watch, of which this is going to give us the value of, let me use the calculator. In that case, it's going to give us the value of 125. Are we all together with regard to question number 9?
Yes.
That is what we're supposed to do. So if this person is going to get a profit of 125 if he bought a watch by 250 and he sold it by 375. And this is a norm for all business. There's no one who can buy a watch by 250 and that person goes and sell the watch with the same amount, because you are not going to get any profit if you do in that way. You need to sell the property with amount higher than the one you used to buy it if you want to get a profit. And now let's get to question number 11, of which is about Fatima. If Fatima paid, so amount paid is 240 for the flour and sold the bouquets. Amount in this case is 500. How much profit did she make? So this person paid 240, and then when this person is selling the bucket, is now selling by 500. So how are we going to calculate the profit for that one? So it's going to be 500 minus what?
240.
Minus 240, of which is going to be 260 rand. So that is going to be
Yes.
profit out of this. Do you see?
Yeah.
So this is a good business actually, because the person paid 240 and is getting a profit of more than the amount he used to pay this thing. So it's a good business of which one will think of venturing into. Okay, then now let's get to question number 14, which say Sam takes out a loan of 1,200. Loan amount is 1,200. If the interest rate is 12%, so we're given the interest rate, which is 12% per annum. How much interest will you pay? All right, let me give you a scenario here of what usually happens. If you go to a bank, any bank in the whole world, they're gonna give you certain interest rate of which you must adhere to when you repay the loan. You can't repay exactly the same amount you went and take to the bank. It's gonna be more than that. Are we all together?
Yes.
Yes, you're going to pay more than the amount you took from the bank, because there's going to be an interest rate which is charged, and they will tell you certain percentage of the interest rate you're supposed to pay. Usually, it ranges from 10 to 12%. So, but in this case, we are given as 12%. If it is more than 12%, let me advise you now. If it is more than 12%, you must know that is not going to be a good offer to take, because it's going to be too much. So it must be hovering between 10 to 12%. If it's a good offer. So now we must put this into mathematical expressions, of which, if you want to calculate the profit the bank is going to make out of the loan you took, it's going to be 12% of what? Of 1,200. So of which this is going to be 12 divided by 100 multiplied by 1,200. So what is going to be the value for this is going to be 12 divided by 1,000, is 12 divided by 100 multiplied by 1,200, of which is going to give you an amount of 144. So it means if you go to the bank and take a loan of 1,200 and they charge you interest rate of 12%, they are going to benefit 144 rand out of the loan you took. Are we all together with regard to this question?
Yes.
All right, let me further this question and ask you, in total, how much do you think you're going to pay if the interest rate they're going to benefit out of you is 144? How much in total are you going to pay back for the loan?
1,544.
You add this amount and that amount, right?
Yes.
Yes, of which is going to be 1,344. That will be correct answer. Okay, do you see how we were able to get the answers for all the questions you gave me yesterday?
Yeah.
Is there a question which you feel is still difficult for you from the ones we attended today?
No.
You are fine with all the questions, ne?
Yes.
All right, so I would like to find out from you if you still have other questions that when you were practicing, you find them difficult for you, so that we attend to such questions.
Let me check. Yes, and in page 16, number 6, 8, and 13.
Okay, you said number what?
Number 6, B to C, and number 8 and number 13.
Number 8 and number 13. All right, let's quickly do these questions together just now. Okay, I think you will have to send me question number 6 and question number 8. I don't have them with me. You did not send me yesterday. So can you please send question number 6 and question number 8. Number 13, I have it. We're gonna do it after attending to question number 6 and 8.
Let me quickly send it right now.
All right. right, wonderful. Okay, question number 6. We are starting with question number 6. Okay, before then, let me just write all of them here, which we're supposed to attend to. Is question number 6, 8, and then the other question you said is question number 13, right?
Yes.
All right. Now let's start with question number 6, which say a factory produces 32 tablets in an 8-hour day. How many tablets are produced in 1 hour? So this is how you attend to these questions. So this company produces 32 tablets in how many hours? We are told they produce 32 tablets in 8 hours. So now we want to find out the number of tablets they produce in 1 hour. This is how you structure it. As simple as that. So it's 32 tablets in 8 hours. And now we want to find out the number of tablets which this company produce in how many hours? In 1 hour. So what we do here is just the cross multiplication, wherein 1 multiplies 32. So it's going to be 32 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 8 multiplied by x, of which is going to be 8x. 8 multiplied by x is 8x, equal to 32 multiplied by 1, it's going to be 32. And then from there, you divide both sides by 8, so that 8 and 8 cancel each other. We'll then get, let me use a calculator there. So it's going to be 32 divided by 8, which is 4. Therefore, this simply tells us that in 1 hour, this company is going to produce how many tablets? They're going to produce 4 tablets. Are we all together about, with regard to the first question?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Let's quickly go to the second question, which is about more or less the same question. So here, we use the first information that is given again, wherein the company produces 32 tablets in 8 hours. And we want to find out how many tablets are produced in 3 days. Remember, this 8 hours is for a day, right? 8 hours is for,
Yes.
yeah, they mentioned there that 8 hours is for 1 day. So now we want to calculate for a 3 day, it means how many hours are we going to have in 1 day?
For how many days?
For 3 days.
For 3 days, they are going to have 160 tablets.
They're going to have 160 because it's going to be 32 multiplied by what? Multiplied by 8. You see that? Sorry, multiplied
Yes.
by, multiplied by, let me check.
3.
Yes, that is multiplied by 3 in this case, of which is going to be what? What is 32 multiplied by 3? Is it 96?
8, yes.
It's 96. Let me explain this equation again because it's a bit confusing. So we were told that in 1 day, in 1 day they are working for 8 hours, they are producing 32 tablets. So if they are now working for 3 days, of which in a day they are working for 8 hours, how many tablets are they going to produce? So you can be able to calculate the number of tablets by multiplying by 3. So it's going to be 32 multiplied by 3, and then you get the value that you're looking for. So that question is clear, right?
Wait, so where did you get 3?
The 3 is the number of days.
Okay.
We were told we are now dealing with the number of tablets for 3 days. So that's why we need to multiply by 3. Because we were told in 1 day they are producing 32 tablets. So how many tablets are they going to be producing in 3 days? You will need to calculate by the number of days, and then you get the total number of tablets they can produce in 3 days.
Okay.
That is okay, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's get to question number C, which is about calculating the number of tablets produced in 5 days, in 5-day week. Again, this is simple to attend to. We do it actually same way down there. So it's going to be 32 multiplied by what?
It's gonna be 32 multiplied by multiply it. I'm not understanding, sir.
Okay, it's 32 multiplied by the number of days. So how many days are we talking about on question number C? Not question number C.
A 5-day week.
Yes, 5-day week. We are referring to, let's say we are having a week. So from a week, you can assume that these people, they're working from Monday until what? Until Friday, of which simply means in a week, they are working for how many days? For 5 days, right?
Yes.
Yes, therefore, you need to multiply by 5 in this case. Why were they specific about measuring a 5-day a week? It's because if we just say a week is not having 5 days in total, but it's having how many days?
7.
It's having 7, right? And here they were supposed to be specific because these people, they're not working in two days. Let's say maybe Saturday and Sunday. So they're not working on Saturday and Sunday. So that's why they were supposed to be specific to say 5 days. So you need to multiply 32 and a 5. Then you will then get the total number of tablets which can be manufactured in 5 days, of which in this case is going to be 160 tablets which can be manufactured in 5 days. So is that clear?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Next question in this case is question number 8, which is talking about water from a tap flows into a bath at a rate of 750 millimeter per second. This is very, very important about this question. So this is the rate at which water is flowing from a tap to a bathroom. So it's the velocity of the water that is moving inside a pipe. So it's having a velocity of 550 millimeter per second. So the question says, how long does it take to fill a bath with 180 liter of water? So we want to calculate how long is time. So how long we are referring to time in this case. Does it take to fill a bath with 180 liter of water? All right. I can tell you in this case that what direct us about what you are looking for here is this information that is given there. So we are given the rate. Rate is the velocity. So velocity is 500 milliliter per second. And we want to calculate time. Whenever you hear about a question referring to how long, so you must know we want to calculate time in this case. And our time, it must be represented in terms of what? In terms of seconds, right?
Yes.
Yes, you can see the rate, the velocity of the water, it's in terms of the second. So it means even our time there, it must be in terms of a second. And then, so now the question wants to calculate the time that it takes to fill a bath. So the size of this bath now, bathroom, size, bath size is 180 liters of water, wherein we are given the conversion there. So 1 liter is equal to 100, it's 1000 milliliter. I believe you remember the conversion. I've done a lot of conversions with you last year. So 1 liter is equal to 100 milliliter. So why are they giving us this conversion? It's because before we do any calculation, we need to convert the size of the bath, which is given in terms of liter, to be in terms of milliliter, so that it can align with what you are given on the rate of the velocity of water. The velocity of the water is given in terms of milliliter, and now even the bath must be in terms of milliliter. So how can we convert from 180 milliliter from 180 liter to milliliter? How can we do the conversion there?
You divide.
Let's check in. 1 liter is equal to 100 milliliter, right?
Yes.
Here we are given liter. So if we want to go from liter to milliliter, what are we supposed to do?
To multiply.
We have to multiply, definitely. Like what we have here. 1 liter is equivalent to 1000 milliliters. So you need to multiply here. You're going to have 180 multiplied by 1000 milliliter, of which we must use a calculator for sure to deal with that question. So it's going to be 180 multiplied by 1000, which will give us 180,000. So this is 180,000. Now let's get to the answer of how are you supposed to get to calculating the time that it takes to fill up the tank. So this is how you get to that. So now the amount of the tank, the amount of the bath, which in this case we convert it to be 180,000, divided by the time, must be equal to the rate or the velocity of this water. This is a formula that when I introduce to you when you get to higher grades. Let me explain it to you again. So the size of the bath divided by the time is equal to the rate in which the water is getting into the bathroom, the speed of the water. Are we clear on that question, or I must repeat?
We are clear.
Yes, exactly. So the rate, the amount of the bathroom divided by the time is equal to the velocity or the speed, the rate at which the water is entering into the bathroom. And then from there, you are only left with making T the subject of the formula. How can we make T the subject of the formula if we are having this kind of equation? What are we supposed to do? If we want to make this T the subject of the formula, what are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to divide.
Yes, similar to that, we're supposed to cross multiply so that this T goes to this side, and then from there you divide by 750. So it's going to be 100.
So what is the T for? Say.
T is the time.
Oh.
You can even replace it by time, writing time like this.
Okay.
Yes. So now you cross multiply like this. This multiplied by that, and then it's going to be 180,000 equal to 750 multiplied by the time. Remember, we are computing at the time, which must be in terms of what? Of seconds, right?
Of seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from there, we divide both sides by 750. So that 750 cancels each other. You will then be left with the time that we are looking for, of which the time in this case we're going to get it by having 180,000 divided by 750, which this is going to take 240 seconds to fill up the bathroom, of which you can convert, if you like. Already we obtained the answer, eh? So, but I want to elaborate. If you want to convert this to minutes, you want to convert seconds to minutes, what are we supposed to do? If we want to convert seconds to minutes, we have to divide by what?
60.
By 60, very true. So in other words, here we're going to have 240 divided by 60, which is 4 minutes. So it means it's going to take 4 minutes in order for filling up the bathroom. So these kind of questions, you can test them in the bathroom at home. So you calculate the size of the bathroom, and then after you open the tap and wait and calculate the time that is going to take to fill up the bathroom. So when it's filled, it filled up, you then press stopwatch. By doing so, if you then divide the size of the bathroom with the time, it's going to tell you the rate at which the water was entering into the bathroom. A very, very interesting question. But otherwise, this is the answer of the question. 240 seconds. It's what we were looking for. Are we all together with regard to question 8?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to the next question, which is question number 13. Okay. Let me write here. So question 13 is about Nonsa, who goes with Tandi to fetch 1 bucket of water every morning and 1 bucket of water every evening. If the bucket holds 20 liters of water, how much water do they fetch in 2 weeks? Okay, so now this question is simple to attend to. This is how we're supposed to do it. So this person is going how many times to fetch water? He's going to two times in a day, né?
Yes.
In the morning and in the evening. So it means in total, how much water is he carrying per day? Water per day is going to be how much liter of water is this person going to carry? It's 40 liter, right?
Yes.
Yes, because it's 20 liter in the morning and 20 liter in the evening. So it means in a day, this person will be carrying 40 liter. Is that clear?
Yes.
All right. Then the question is, in 2 weeks, how many liters this person is going to carry? So it means we must know the total number of days in 2 weeks. So how many days do we have in 2 weeks?
14.
We have 14 in total. So we have 14 days in total. So therefore, in order for you to calculate the amount of water this person has carried of water in 2 weeks. So it's going to be 40 multiplied by 7, of which is going to be 40 multiplied by 7, which would be 280 liters. As simple as that. So is the number of liters per day multiplied by 7, which is the number of liters per week, which is the number of days per 2 weeks. No, 7 is per 1 week. Né? For 2 weeks, is going to be 40 multiplied by 40, which is 560. 560 liters. This is how you're supposed to do this question. So it's 40 number of liters per day multiplied by 14 days, and then it's going to be 260. And that is how you're supposed to answer question number 13. So now, any question?
No.
You are fine, eh?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. During the week, make sure you send me the topic which you may want me to attend to next week, Saturday. So otherwise, I think we have covered a lot of things for the day, of which if you still have something which you find it difficult for you, don't hesitate to let me know on WhatsApp. I'm going to assist you on WhatsApp. So otherwise for today, let's end here.
Okay.
Wonderful. Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Are you going to send homework?
I'm going to send you a homework. Yes.
Okay.
All right.